What's up? How you feeling? I have a meeting just because I'm a reactionary kind of guy, right? Some people say I'm too emotional, things of that nature. My name is Kenneth Beckford, right? Kenneth Antoine Beckford. A lot of people know me as Tex or Textiles. I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. My mom passed away when I was 12 years old. She was from Panama, and my dad was born in Costa Rica, right? It's crazy because Panama and Costa Rica are like right next to each other, and a lot of those people they talk about each other as if they're like total opposites, right? When they're pretty, where they're like my grandmother on my dad's side, she lives in Panama today, and I just heard like she's almost like she's around 100 years old. And my grandmother on my mama's side, if I'm not mistaken, she was born in Costa Rica, right? So and like my mama's side of the family, I know for a fact migrated to Panama from Jamaica, right? So you want to be technical, I believe like the slave traders or whatever the case may be from England, the Lords of London, William Beckford, Philip Beckford, things of that nature are the reason why we have that name Beckford, where the reason why there's like a Westmoreland and Petersmoreland, if I'm not mistaken, in Jamaica and things of that nature. So I don't know where we came from in Africa per se. I'm assuming off the West Coast. I don't know, right? But we all want people basically at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. And people could think about slavery and things of that as like a negative and things of that nature. And a lot of stuff was wrong that went down in the past. A lot of things are wrong that happen today, right? But we are alive today, and we are grateful. I am grateful for having life today, right? And me being grateful for having life today, I want to live a life of servitude, like because not only because I recognized years and years ago that the word sale or salesperson is like a servant, like you are to cater to people, right? And in giving back, you get in return, right? So what I'm giving to you, right, is an opportunity to position yourself with the greatest business model that exists today in the English language as I know it, right? If there's something better, show me. I dare you to show me, right? And if it's the best, why not be a part of the best, right? Like, why be a part of something that's almost as good? Like one of my guys, good friend in my head as a one of these TV personalities would say, I don't want to give her any more props than she already has because she already has a lot of you. Well, you have yourself warped, right? And you want to blame, you want to say, oh, I'm in tune to this, I'm in tune to that. If that thing is helping you get to where you need to be, great. Here's the deal, right? I was just saying that one of my guys, right, a friend of my head, and also a friend in business, and somebody that I will meet really soon, and we'll get to flick it up and have a whole lot of fun together in Miami, right, in a couple of months, right? He posted a post that said that we live in a world where they make place trophies, eighth place trophies. Now, you want an eighth place trophy? Like you want to like imagine now we running a marathon. Like I remember when I was um about 13, I'm thinking, right? 14, right? I just coming off a broke leg, and I was very athletically inclined. I still am today, like but after coming off that broke leg, it was I put myself through a lot of challenges, and one of the things, well, I was selected to run, and a couple of guys on my Facebook page, you were in that race too, right? I remember actually watching you guys cross the finish line, right? Right. I finished like I believe it was like 42 out of at least 500 or more 13 or 14-year olds in a cross country race through Prospect Park here in Brooklyn, and I was a runner, right? But a short distance for like 50-yard dash, 100-yard dash, like no one could compare with me. No one could compete with me, right? But this was long distance, and I had really not much preparation except for we had a teacher named Miss Berry. Like you always remember the great ones, right? Miss Berry, she was awesome, right? She was our gym teacher, right? Physical ed, right? So we had a couple of workouts where we ran around the school and things of that nature, but nothing could really prepare me excuse me, for what was going on with that 100 yard, with that cross country within the park, right? But I still managed to finish in the top 50, right? So I wasn't running around telling people that. Not when I came from being number one every year in elementary school and 100 yard dash, and until I broke my leg, like I was just, I was dominant in the sport of running in short distance and stuff like that. Um, Never really ran long distance ever, but I was selected because I was one of the top athletes in the school. I think there were a couple guys from the school who probably finished ahead of me, right? But me finishing at like 42, it wasn't so bad for me because I never ran long distance, and there were a group of guys, right? When they sounded the gun, right, bang, the go, right? These guys took off, and I was like, what? I'm running, and I'm like, okay, I gotta pace myself, and then towards the end, when I have the strength, I'm gonna go charge forward. These guys took off, and I never saw them again. Why? Because they were already set. They had a different training than I had. They had the training that they needed to win. And with anything you do, you want to get off to the best start possible, right? So those guys were gone. I had no kind of win to even compete, but I kept going. There was no way that I was not going to complete this race, and there was no way I was going to finish last. But my focus wasn't on finishing last. My focus was on doing the best that I could do, right? So I tried all type of things throughout the race. I tried to run at top speed. I tried to run at a medium pace. I try to, I know towards the end, there was somebody who was like right along with me, and that became my competition. And I was like, I gotta make sure I beat this guy who's by me, right? And when I got the card that lets you know when you cross, I was like 42. So I went around saying, yeah, I was in the top, top 20% or whatever the case it may have been, right? But I wasn't satisfied with that. I wanted to run another one, like be more prepared and try it again and utilize the trainings that the guys who were at the top, right? The trainings that they had. So I'm saying all this to say the same thing now today with business, right? You start off in business for yourself in direct sales. You got to get off to a mean start. You have to bounce, right? You got to put that work in. You got to have the systems in place to get to the money, right? You can't just start jogging and expect to win. Or sit at the start line and you know that the only way that you're gonna win is if you start to run, right? But the person goes, remarks, it said, go bam, right? Or whatever, right? And you're at the start, so I'm like, you sure these shoes that I'm wearing is the right shoes? Or it might start raining throughout the race. You sure we can't? Like, come on, seriously? Seriously? You know that the only way that you're going to get a number, a set amount, something that you can account for, right? Account, like numbers, like money count, is if you complete the race. And to complete, you have to start. So get started. Click the link and get started. That way you can be in the race. I'm in the race, right? And you're not going to be able to catch me if you don't start running and if you don't take off, right? I can't keep looking back to be like, yo, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, right? Because what is that doing for me? That's slowing me down. I don't need to do that, right? When I have people who are already in the race that are like, yo, come on, right? And they got the sign on their back saying, catch up. And I'm like this. I'm catching up, right? And then when you catch up, we can discuss ideas on how to stay focused, keep each other motivated, so that way we can finish strong, right? But if, Listen, I'm 4 months in. I'm giving myself all the time that I need, right? I'm in the race, right? And as long as I'm alive, I'm gonna be running, right? But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. This race for me is to 100 grand. Now results may vary. You want to go to empowernetwork.com/income.php. But this race is to $100,000 for me. Why? Because after that, I could sit down and somebody else could run. I could now coach. I could now, you know what I'm talking about? Like I could sit on the sidelines and wear my red jacket with my dream team on the back, my dream team on the front, and say, look, you want to win this race and you want to do it in less than 1 year, because it may take me about a year to do it, what I have to do, right? Then listen to what I do, listen to what I say, do what I did, but learn how to expedite the process, because it took my mentors years and years and years to get to where they are today, but yet they have truncated their knowledge and put it through a funnel for us to learn, so that way we can do it in less time, right? I heard one of my mentors say, I'm almost envious of you guys that's coming in that's new, because you don't have to go through the problems that we went through, that I went through, because I'm giving you the information that will allow you to steer clear of the mess that I had to create in order to have my success, because you must fail in order to succeed. Mike Jordan missed way more shots than he made, yet he's still recognized as one of the top, if not the top, basketball players ever. Okay? You watch Serena lose, you watch Venus lose. How do they take it? They take it hard, but what do? They come back to win. It's not a game. You got to get in the game. You got to be willing to take some blows. Listen, look at even Floyd. Floyd is undefeated, undisputed, pound for pound best boxer that I've seen, right? You may not like his attitude, right? But I've seen Floyd take some punches. I've seen Floyd fight in so many different ways, but still have the same formula for success, yet face so many different adversities, yet still come out on top every time. Why? Because he has a system in place, and it works, and you stick to the system, and you get it done. I'm Ken Beckford. I'm Mr. Brooklyn, New York, in case you didn't know. Find me on Instagram as Brooklyn Blogger. Instagram is giving me a little bit of problems right now. I'm not even going to tell you no story. However, you can also find me on Facebook as Ken Beckford, right? Or Facebook.com/workwithken. All right? Connect with me. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you do, so that way we can figure out a plan that will help you get to where you want to go. Get from where you are to where you want to go in the quickest time possible, with the best systems possible, with the best strategies in the world. All right? I work with marketing masters, right? Marketing geniuses, marketing experts. And if your marketing game is not up to par, if you're not online, you're not in business. If your marketing game is not up to par, you won't know the strategies that you need to learn to win, right? If you don't have a business, if you don't sell anything, you probably don't have any money, right? Selling is being of service, so that means it's adding value. So if you're deciding that you want to add value, that you want to be of service, you want to make a change today, click the link below, 5plus7.com. Ken Beckford is the name. Helping you make this change is my game.